What's up guys, Waffler here. I wanted to make a video about my garden that I just started. So I got some banana peppers right here. I got tomatoes, I got corn in the blue bins over there. I got some dill and some rosemary, I believe, and some cilantro and some onions. And I basically wanted to document what exactly I was doing and showing the growth of everything to let people know that, you know, if you're trying to grow some tomatoes, this is what you might expect, this is what it looks like, and this is how much I water it. So it might help to the people who never gardened before, because I gardened last year and I had three pepper plants and they did pretty good. One of them did really well. It was a ghost pepper plant and it made too many fruits for me to, or too many peppers for me to even be able to eat by myself. So I just wanted to try my hand. This is my second year gardening, so I'm not going to be giving you some super crazy advanced techniques, but I'll just show you how easy it is to do it, and how just it's a fun hobby is what I'm trying to say. So sit back, relax, and check out my garden. Alright guys, well I'm going to start off with my first plant, the banana peppers. I got these Super Banana Supreme peppers. Sweet. So I wanted to say, when I got this plant was probably about this tall, and it looked like this. It had leaves coming up, kind of looked like this. This is what I'm going to representation. So what I did was I went down and I found this spot right here where two leaves were coming out. They were a lot smaller than they are now. They were itty bitty like this. So what I did was I cut right above those two those two leaves, chopped that off, and what that did was it stopped focusing the growth on all this stuff that was going on up here. It spent all of its time on these little leaves, and as you can see, these leaves have grown out, and I know you don't know what it looked like before, but just teeny tiny leaves. So these have grown bigger, and now they're gonna end up coming out and becoming branches that will, so instead of it just being one branch that went up, I clipped it, and now my two leaves are gonna evolve into two more sticks. So I have two branches coming out rather than one long weeble wobble. So it's gonna be nice. I got a little bit of growth right here. I'm not sure if I should clip this yet. I'm gonna let it grow. I'm gonna let it do what it needs to do until I see some progress. So this is my stage of my banana pepper. Here we are at my tomatoes, Marglobe. So this one, I put a little thing around it just to keep it sturdy. Whenever I first planted this was actually right under the line, and it's only been about 4 days and it's already grown that much, so about an inch. So this one's already taken off really good. I think this one's gonna actually be pretty surprising how much it gives me, but only time will tell. So that's that. Alright, and now I have my corn. I'm kind of worried about this corn because I don't know. This is all just trying out something for the first time. This corn was about this tall when I started it, so it was just a little bitty sprout. These two things used to be the size of this little bitty thing, pretty much. And so now they've grown up, and as the corn grows, you can kind of see the layers of leaf. It'll come in, a leaf, this will grow up, and then another leaf will sprout out the top of that, and it just keeps growing and growing. And it kind of grows like bamboo. It grows straight up into the air, so instead of it needing like support and stuff, it's very strong, and it goes all the way up. And you want the corn kind of close together because they actually pollinate themselves to make the corn cobs. So it's going to be interesting to see how tall these things get and to see if it actually works. 5 corns in this pot, and this pot's not that big. You know, it's feels like it's 50 pounds of dirt though. But this one's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the corn. And as you can see, I've got 3 pots. This one has 5, that one has 5, that one has 4 down there. So we'll see if the one with 4 grows a little bit better than the ones that have that extra little plant in there taking up the juice. Alright, now we at this goo. This is like the herb garden kind of. Not really, because I only have 2 herbs in it. But I got a lot of little mushrooms. I mean, mushrooms, little onions in here. These things you buy just by the sprout. They look kind of just like this. And it's got a little bulb on the end. They say you plant it, let it, water it, and then it'll just eventually grow into an onion. And you'll have a big onion cap in here. So I've got 7 of them, one in the middle and some on the side. So we'll get a good look at these. These are definitely gonna grow. I mean, these things, onions thrive. I don't know why, but they, like, you can't kill an onion. It's ridiculous. You can go into the store and get the green onions, cut the tops of the green onions off, plant the bottom. That thing will sprout all year long. In fact, look here. This is an old green onion that I made last year. This thing has been out of the ground for days. It's still green. It's still, like, if I planted this, I bet it would still grow. I'm not gonna, but I could if I wanted. So if you want to grow something that's definitely gonna grow, get yourself some onions. Right here we got the rosemary. And this one's nice because every day or every time you cook, you could just clip off a little bit of the top and it'll start growing again, sprouting around the sides. I got my dill. I need to grow some cucumbers so I could use the dill with the cucumbers. That'd be nice. But I'm not really going to focus too much on the rosemary and the dills through this process, just because I want to see what I mean, if it looks like it's getting crazy big, I'll chime it in. But yeah. So here we got our little cilantro bush. This thing is like, once these edges get big and fat, oh, that was dirty. Once they get big and fat, you can clip them. So this thing just sprouts up all the time. You really don't need to pay too much attention to it, because water it and it'll just start making stuff, like you can see in here. And this is a pot, and I don't know what's gonna come of this, but I planted a bunch of onions in here, like a dumb amount of onions. So once they start getting a little bigger or something and start growing, I think I might replant those into something different, but we'll see. This is just the beginning. Every 2 weeks I'm gonna try to come out here and document the growth. So that's my garden. I hope y'all stay tuned and check it out and see how it progresses.